Hi, I'm Tracy Rosell. I'm a final year PhD student at Cardiff University Business School. I'm going to explain about creating a table where you can identify different characteristics of your data. Something I've found really useful when handling the data for my own research into leadership of surgical teams. When you're analysing your data, it's useful to be able to quickly compare your different participants or to sort them so that you can identify similarities and differences. You can set this up at the beginning and you can work through different characteristics each time you upload data as well, so you can do it bit by bit as your project progresses. I think you'll see its usefulness as I work through setting this up for you, so I'm going to share my screen and take you through the steps. So first of all, going down to cases, and you'll see case classifications. Now here is person, and if I right click on that and then on new attribute, it opens up this box. And I'm going to start by putting in gender attributes. So I type in gender, this is on the general tab, then I click on the values tab, and then I can start adding gender attributes. So I click on the add button, then I click on the add button again, and it brings up a new clear line. And then another example, and then one final one. I've got enough. I click on OK. And now you'll see under person, we've got gender appearing. You can continue to do this until you have all the options, or you can go back and add other ones later. So I'll give you another example. So right click on person again, click on new attribute, and this time I'm going to do eye color. So I type in eye color on the general tab, I click on the values tab, click on add, and then start putting in colors. Add button again, add button again, final one. You'll see as well that the top two lines, each time you create these, comes up with unassigned or not applicable. Unassigned is the default button. You can change that, but it's useful to have so that you can see on your table which ones you haven't dealt with yet, which I'll show you in just a moment. So now if I double click on person, it opens up a table, and you can see there that it's created gender and eye color. And as I mentioned, it says unassigned, but if I click on that down arrow, it shows you all the options. So I can now choose a gender and an eye color. And each time I add a different participant as I code my interviews or observations, for example, a new line will appear and all these options will carry on going. But let's say, for example, I find that I want to add another eye color. I can add that. And if I highlight that, I can move it up above other, just so it's easier when I go back to the drop-down list. Now, if you see here, I can then find black, and I can change the options as well for ones that I've already had. Okay, so as well as doing lists like that, you can also do it for numbers. So this time I'm going to show you a new attribute, which is going to be age. And clicking on values, add, I'm going to do less than 1 year old. Add another one, 1 to less than 5 years old. And there, I put in a click. Okay, so now you'll see there's an extra column appeared so that I can go back and put in their ages. And you can also do this for other things, such as putting in how long an interview has taken. So into values, add, say your first one took 33 minutes, so interview length. Now when you went to do Theseus spoke for a lot longer, so now I can go back to interview length. I click on attribute properties because you've already set it up, go into values and add whatever time it was that he took. Click on OK, and there we are, it's appeared. So each time you can complete an interview, you can come back here and add new values for each item or new classifications. Here it is reminding me to save it. The examples I've given you here relate to human participants who've been interviewed. You could use this facility though to work on any kind of data, so geographical characteristics, temperatures recorded, objects observed during ethnographic studies, differing answers to questions and lots more. You can work on this table in NVivo. For example, if you click on the sorting funnel at the top of the column, this box appears and you get some options as to how you can sort that. So here it's telling me that I've got to choose one, but I'm not going to sort it on this occasion, but it shows you the idea. You can also choose to share what you've done. So if I click on person, share, export, you can see here I have the option to export it to Excel. You can choose where you want to save it by clicking on browse. You can save it in one that's suitable for quantitative research, so SPSS if you want to go through that, for example. So that's just an idea. Going into more details is really outside the scope of this particular tutorial, but you can have an experiment and go on to another tutorial. So going back to the case classification sheet then, we've included all those extra ones. I hope you found that useful. We're all done, so just left to say really best of luck with your research. Thanks for listening.